All right. Well, we're going to go and get started. We did have a full registration on Eventbrite, 20 folks registered, so this is being recorded. So for those that aren't here, you're listening to this post-session. The first few minutes here we're going to cover is introduction. My name is Chuck Conkle. Jim Conley is the one on the foyer you saw as you came in, and also Dester the robot was sitting there at the table as well. I'm from the CIS division, so is Jim here at Rock Valley College, and we thought we'd offer this course to the public for two reasons, actually. One is to educate the public in how to use Google+, which is a tool underused, I believe, in society. It's a very powerful tool for families and businesses to use, and we're just going to use some introduction to these tools today. But secondfold is you'll see on your table some business cards that says myrbc.org on the business card. And we would love for you to help us hand these cards out to the community. You're not having to pay for the training today, but if you could help us by handing these out, that would be awesome to let other folks know about our division and our courses. If you go to the website post-session today, you'll see the type of courses we offer. You get more detail, but I'll give you a real quick overview. We teach technology courses like web design, mobile app development, Cisco networking, digital photography, the course I teach, network security is the course I teach, and then also Windows programming. And so there's just a few courses that we teach on campus, and we'd love for more folks to come and experience our courses. And so one of the ways we thought we would get the word out, besides normal marketing, is offering a class to people that's beneficial, that will help them possibly, and then they can in turn do in favor a kind deed for us, which is just sharing these cards with family and friends and associates. Does that sound fair? Okay. And so I think they used to call that years ago bartering system. The bartering system, right? And so today we're going to do Google+, and you should have, I want to make sure you have the handouts correct. You should have two handouts. One that says Google+ training at the top, Rock Valley College CIS division. Then the other one is Google Drive and Google Docs. The Google Drive and Google Docs is a supplemental handout I'm giving today to you to take home. We're not going to cover it in class. We just don't have time. But it's beneficial for you because it goes over Google Drive and Google Docs, the basics of creating folders, files, sharing files, how to access Google Drive and Google Docs. And by the way, Google Drive and Google Docs is the repository for Google to share and create documents, for users to share and create documents. Like they have a Word type of document, they have a spreadsheet type of document, a presentation type of document, and some of you maybe have used those in the past. In fact, a lot of people are familiar with Google Docs. They're least familiar with Google+, which is what we're covering today. And Google+ is kind of a wrapper around Google Docs on how to share your docs to the world and share your messages to the world. Now, how many is currently on Facebook or Twitter with your grandkids or your family, friends? Okay, Google Docs is totally different. It really isn't even competition to it. I mean, Google Plus is not in competition at all, because the way that Google Plus works is it's kind of like your front yard, having a table in front of it and just sharing with your family and friends information that you would like them to know about your life. Now, if you know anything about Facebook and Twitter, you're limited on what you can share, especially on Twitter. You only have so many characters you can enter in. On Facebook, people mainly use it for sharing pictures, right, of your events. And you have grandkids far away. You know, whenever we had grandkids that live far away, we love to use Facebook to see pictures of them. But not so much sharing our story and sharing our day in and day out events as far as in detail with those that we love and our friends. Google Plus allows you to do that. And they have a thing called Google Circles, which we'll use today, to where you can put in your circle only those people that you want to communicate with. And everybody else doesn't need to see what it is that you put out there. And so one of the complaints people have about Facebook and Twitter is everybody can see my stuff. I don't understand it. I'm trying to, and they change security so much that it's hard to keep up with it sometimes for people. And so if you're like that and you're frustrated with that, Google Plus will help you with families and businesses to share material just to those circle of friends that you want to, and that's it. And so once you create your circle of friends, you then don't have to worry about anybody else coming in and seeing your stuff and reading your stuff. And really, if you think about it, life doesn't work that way. Normally, there's a funny video that I've watched a while back where a guy comes up to a neighbor he doesn't know and says, "Hey, can I be your friend?" The guy, "I don't know who you are." And says, "I know, but can I be your friend? I'm going to write on your wall here." It takes a piece of marker and starts writing on the guy's wall on his house. Well, we don't do that in real life, right? But on Facebook, and Facebook specifically, you can do that. You don't need to know anyone and just say, "Hey, can I be your friend?" Across the world or across the continent, and they don't even know you, or maybe even the same city. And so it's not reality, I guess. And so Google Plus more lines up with, I think, reality and what you want to, your circle of influence, people that you like to hang around with, and think people you like to live life with. And so Google Plus helps you do that. And so that's what we're going to go over today. It's only 9 pages. What we'll try to do time-wise is, I don't have it on the agenda, but I'm going to try around 10 o'clock to take a 5-10 minute break. The restrooms in this building, if you go out, if you look back that way, towards the right is women's bathroom, towards the left is men's. If you go to the basement and all the way back that way towards the building is the pop machines, coffee, things of that nature. So I think we're going to try to take a 10-minute break at 10. So I'm calling it 10 at 10, is what I'm calling it. And so as you can tell, the more at ease I get with you, I talk faster. I was born in New York, but also raised in Southwest Missouri, so I have a very southern, fast accent. But that's great because I'm videoing what I'm doing, so you can actually slow it down if you want to when you watch it afterwards, okay? There's a lot of students of mine have to do that. And so what we are doing today, if you notice on the screen here, this little icon here, 7 minutes and 23 seconds, 24 seconds, 25 seconds, is being recorded, what we're doing. And so you feverishly don't have to write things down if you don't want to. Just kind of enjoy the session. Follow along with my examples, and there is some steps I'll have you do as we go through here. I try to make it to where we're going to do a little introduction here on all the tools of Google Plus first, on the first sheet. Starting with the second sheet, we'll go into little bitty hands-on tutorials, very small tidbits. Now, the one thing I want to make mention as well on your Mac, some of you aren't familiar with Macs. Real quick, the only real big difference between a Mac and a PC is the right-click option, okay, the right-click option. In a PC, you have your mouse that you right-click on. On a Mac, if you look at your keyboard, the lower left key, which is the control key, when you press and hold the control key and then click your mouse anywhere on the screen, it's right-click, okay? The other thing I want to mention on a Mac is most of your screens are actually, I'm guessing, like this right here. You just have a desktop right now, correct? If you take your mouse and hover down towards the bottom part of your Mac and just hover over those icons, we're going to start with a program called Google Chrome. Google Chrome right here. And the way to start it is just click on it once. Click on it once and it starts up. Go ahead and come on in. Once you click on it once, Google Chrome should then eventually launch on your screen. Now, while I'm talking about it, you're familiar in Windows maybe with being able to minimize and maximize your screens, right? The little difference in Mac is you'll notice on the upper left corner of my screen and maybe of your Google Chrome screen, there's a red, yellow, and green button. The red button will close out this form. The yellow button will minimize this form, and the green button will maximize this form, okay? And so if you lose a form, like this web browser form goes away, well, I'll make mine go away. If you hover down towards the bottom right of your screen on the Mac, it's generally going to be down at the bottom right there, and then click on it and come right back up. Anytime you click anywhere on a Mac, you just click anywhere on the mouse and it clicks. One time, it's all you need to do. Okay? So, to this page, Oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that yet. Just kind of have Google Chrome up in front of you, and Jim Conley is going to help make sure everybody just gets where I'm at. We're just starting Google Chrome is all we're doing at this point. Okay, let me walk around real quick. All right, you can click that little arrow right there and go back to the screen that you were at, and then click on Google Chrome one time. Let me see here. There you go. And I think you might be clicking on this button here. The little gray button, or the little gray soft button, if you look at your mouse, that's used to scroll within a web browser session. If you try to click on it any other time, it's going to take you to this screen, which is the widget screen. To get out of the widget screen, if you hit it on accident, that little gray button on your mouse, you can click on this arrow here, or you can click on the little gray button again, it'll take you right back. And you can use this to scroll inside of a web browser, which we'll do here in just a second. Okay, you can actually, like on Windows, you have a little scroll bar or a little scroll wheel. On a Mac, you just have that little green or that little gray button. And you don't have to use that if you don't want to. I know people that first begin with Macs don't like to use that at first. So, okay, so let's go over this handout first, the one that says Google Plus Training. We're going to go over some definitions here, and then we'll get right into the hands-on. On the very front end is the website, myrbc.org. That's our division website. My email's at the top, Chuck Conkle, Associate Professor, Jim Conley, this gentleman right here. Jim, raise your hand, wave it around. Division Chair. And so any questions you have pertaining to CIS courses, you can email Jim Conley. He'd be more glad to help you on that. Or any students you know, or you yourself want to be a student, want to take a course, you have questions about our courses, email this gentleman here and be more glad to answer your questions. I will as well, but he loves to do it more than I do. That's what he does every day. And so anyway, agenda, let's look at it. We're going to go over introduction, which we just did, as far as beginning anyway, on what is Google Plus. Requirements for Google Plus, all you really need is internet and a registered Google account. Now, I emailed everybody in Eventbrite this last week to register a Google account. How many did that? You went ahead and registered and followed those directions? Awesome. That's going to help a lot. We're going to do a hands-on in just a second on getting started with Google Plus, where we'll create your profile. We'll connect to Google Plus, create your profile, and create a post. We'll also go over most of these sections of tips and trick, as you see here. The first one we're going to go over on creating a new circle to manage your friend. The default circle we're going to use this morning is just a circle called Acquaintances. 9:15 to 9:30 we'll cover photos. 9:30 to 10 communities. We'll try to take that 10 to 10 break, that 10 to 10 break then. 10 to 10:15 we'll cover events, how to create an event. 10 to 15 to 10:30 you're actually going to hang out with somebody in here with video hangouts. That's a lot of fun if you've never done that. And we'll end on pages on 10:30 to 10:45, which is generally used for businesses and products and bands and non-for-profits. But some of you in here might be in all of those I just mentioned, or some. So that's why I want to showcase it today on pages. Then we're going to end in conclusion with so many questions you might have. Just kind of, if we're done at 10:45, we're done at 10:45, and I'll have you guys just come up and I'll answer any questions you might have about Google Plus or any further helps that I can help you with. So let's go ahead and flip the page, if we could, to page 2 on Introduction to Google Plus. Google Plus was launched in June of 2011 as a social layer that enhances many of Google's existing features, such as YouTube, comments, and Gmail. It also acts as identity service by interacting with Google other services that content that users share and comment on are attached to the same account. So basically what it's saying here is Google Plus hooks together all of Google's services. Okay? from video to chat to communities to photos to what you maybe used in the past, Google Docs and Google Spreadsheets, things of that nature. Requirements, I mentioned it earlier, I'll mention it again. Internet connection, and it can be with any device really. If you have a laptop, an iPad, a Droid, a desktop, it works with any device that has internet connection. The browser I recommend and Google recommends is Google Chrome. Okay, Google Chrome is a browser I do recommend. I do not have that on the sheet, but I'm recording it and telling it to you. And so you can use other browsers, by the way, but that's the one that they recommend and I recommend as well. And the reason I recommend it is that's what they use to develop Google Plus and add all the bells and whistles. So there might be some feature that you can't use in a browser and you're like, why can't I use it? Because you're probably not in Google Chrome. Google Chrome is a free download, by the way, for all types of devices. Flip the page to page 3. Google Plus allows you to share information about yourself. And remember, like we talked about earlier, Facebook sometimes gives out too much information, and people's like, I don't want everybody to see that. Google Plus is much, you have much more control over the circle of people that you have that can see your stuff. And in today's society of identity theft and security, people are very paranoid about that. Google Plus is much more easier to control who sees your stuff, which is important, I think. Photos is another one that Google allows you to share. You might have, right now, up to this point, shared all your photos on Facebook, possibly, I'm guessing. Well, after today's session, you might go, you know what, I'm going to start doing it on Google+. If I was to challenge you with something to do today after you leave, if anything you could do today after you leave would be real easy to do, is to start sharing your photos with your family and friends once you connect them in a circle with photos. Make sense? That'd be something to start with, baby steps to get you started. And then also the last one is, so we had information, we have photos, and then lastly is live video chat. Now I'm guessing, how many's used like Skype or FaceTime before in the past? Skype or FaceTime, okay. How many's used Google Hangout before? Okay, great. Well, Google Hangout is kind of like a cell phone call, impromptu, that you call your mom and dad, family and friends, but with video. And you can literally call it from any device, from your phone, from your laptop, from your desktop. And Google Plus does have apps to do that. And it's free, it doesn't cost anything. So college students can call back mom and dad via video chat using Google Hangout, and it doesn't cost anything against their minutes using the Google Plus apps. So a lot of college students do that. Google Plus also offers, within the video realm we'll talk about today, Google Hangout Air. What that allows you to do is, like today, if we were doing this in Google Hangout Air, it would broadcast live a stream onto YouTube that anybody in the world could watch right now as the event's going on. 10 people, up to 10 people could connect and interact with us today that couldn't be in the session, and we could actually switch the control to them on the overhead. And then at the end of the session, I just hit stop, and I don't have to do anything else. It's already been rendering that video as I've been recording it, and it's live on the internet. It's live on my Google Hangout event. That post-session, folks can just visit it, and it's there. So I do a lot of video for my courses, and so I do use Google Hangout Air on a lot of my courses, because all I have to do is, when I come into class, I name the event, which is generally the name of the class, the title. I start, go through my course discussion and lab. When I hit done, I don't have to do anything else. It's already finished. And the link's already in our course site, because once you set up a Google Hangout Air, you can schedule it for next week. And it gives you a link to that YouTube video that you can give to people and say, hey, during the event you can click on this and watch it, or post-event you can click on it and watch the post session. So a lot of people, I'm guessing, in here, you didn't even know that existed. And so that's awesome for businesses that have meetings where people cannot attend or cannot be there physically. Google Hangout Air would be an awesome requirement, or awesome thing that you could use in Google+. There are some, we'll talk about later, there are some requirements for Google Hangout Air. And the only requirement is to set up a YouTube account, which is super easy, but that is a requirement. So here's what people are saying about Google+. In Google+ chat, Huffington Post author Blanca Bosker spoke with Google+ users, and here's what some of the stuff they said. Google+ is more about sharing ideas and content. Facebook is where I see graduation pictures, wedding pictures. Facebook and Google are two completely different things. Facebook is a way to interact with people and family, and Google+ is a way of finding fascinating content I'm interested in very, very easily, and I wouldn't have thought about going looking for. Second comment, it's a place to learn and grow an interest you have. I would say it's not another place to connect with friends, it's just another place to cultivate new ones. Facebook's based on friendship barriers that are formed in normal social life. Google+, this person says, is it breaks the normal social boundaries into new ones. And then the third one says, I don't see Google+ as a replacement of Facebook. I see it as a way to network with people I don't know. Because one of the things you'll do in just a second is you'll select likes that you like. You'll follow some things, like say if you like TV shows or if you like fashion. Once you select that, it gives you a whole bunch of content that you can look into that maybe otherwise you wouldn't even know is out there. So let's look at the main components of Google+. Profile, which we'll do in a second. Make a very good first impression. Circles, I've already talked about. Connecting and sharing with only those you want. Communities are creating and joining folks of the same interest. Photos are sharing photos with those in your circles. Events, creating and sharing events. Hangouts, free video calls with computers, tablets, and phones of all flavors of operating system. And Pages, providing businesses, local businesses, brands, organizations, and artists with a public identity and presence on Google+. There we go. Let's flip the page and do our very first lab, hands-on lab here. And so basically, to get started with Google+, you're going to have to go to that URL on number 1, where it says register a Google+ account. So go ahead and follow the steps on the handout here from number 1 all the way down. In fact, I want you to stop on number 4, if you would, where you actually take a profile picture of yourself. The Macs that you're sitting in front of have a little camera in the upper middle of the Mac that will take a picture of you. Okay, we're going to stop there so you can take a nice snapshot of yourself. You can delete this post-session, but I want to show you how to do it so you'll know how to do it. Okay, and so go ahead and start with number 1. You'll type in the top of the URL in Google Chrome that website that says, if you just want to type in plus.google.com, that will work, and I'll do it with you on the overhead. So plus.google.com is what you want to go to first. As soon as you go there, it's going to give you an option. I'm already signed in, but it's going to give you an option to sign in or create an account. Do what now? You've not signed anything, you've not typed anything in yet. So it's a delete button. The delete button is a back button on the Mac keyboard. So go ahead and type in plus.google.com right in the URL of your Chrome web browser. And we'll walk around and help you. As soon as you type in plus.google.com, you need to log in with that Google account that I asked you to create this week. Okay? And we'll walk around and help you. Good. Once you've done that, looks like some of you might have already created your profile possibly. That's awesome. If you didn't create your profile, you can click on your profile in the upper right corner of the screen and click that for me just so you'll know how to do it, and view profile. And if you hover over your picture and click on that click on that, and I just want to show you how to do it. And basically you want to click on the web camera. So I'm going to walk around when you get to number 4 and help you do the web camera photo so you can kind of see how it works. If you don't want to use it today, that's fine. I just want to make sure you know how to do it. Okay, you got yours, it looks like. Okay, click on your profile image, Robin. Just click on it once on the actual image. And click on that right here. Are you on your, click on the drop down, sorry, the drop down. And double click on your face there, that icon there. You haven't finished your profile, I'm sorry. Go ahead and go over here, you haven't done number 4 yet. You need to select on number 3 your interests before you go to number 4. Okay? Okay, it should send it to your phone. Yep. It says verification code is sent, so if you put your number in, it'll do that. Yeah, you had to put in the correct password. If you didn't, did you write it down or anything? Okay. Yeah, just try to sit there and think of what it is. That's fine. You don't need it on your phone. It'll call you, though, with the code to enter in right there. And if it's not on there, click send another code. Okay, so you're good. So when you get to number 4, once I've come around and helped you with your profile, you can continue on to number 5, which you will have to get your classmate's name. Somebody around you will need to get their name to add them as an acquaintance. Okay, on number 5. Number 5, 6, 7, and you'll have to get around with somebody and talk to them and say, hey, what's your name? Once you get their profile created. So you will need to talk to your neighbor to do that. Hey, Jim, would you do me a favor? That Dexter out there, would you grab him and bring him in?
Sure.
That'd be great. Pick him up and just bring him on in here. Yeah, that'd be awesome. And if his wheels move around or whatever, we'll lock it up when it gets in here. So if you would talk to your neighbors to get their name, because you will have to do that to do number 5, 6, 7 together. You will need to get somebody's name to add them as an acquaintance. So look behind you, to your left, to your right. Did you figure it out yet? Do I know? Yeah, if you haven't done it yet, yeah, go ahead and do the web camera. Yep. Let me get in there real quick. I can fix that for you probably.
Oh, that's why I didn't recognize him. He had a sweatshirt.
That's right. You want him up front, Chuck?
Yeah, up front would be great. I'll have to put the kickstand down on it. I think when you set it down, Jim, it should just balance itself eventually. There you go. Okay, let's see here. All right, you're good. Let's go with... image capture. Well, it looks like this camera's disabled on this Mac, so don't worry about it. But you basically, when you're home, well, you take it back. Here it is. You didn't hit the allow, I'm sorry. You have to allow it, and then we'll allow it here. There we go. Now we're good.
Oh, there you are.
Here we are. Okay, you'll need to get a friend that's in the classroom. Somebody want to be her friend up here? Or acquaintance, I'm sorry, not a friend, acquaintance. It's different. Acquaintance. Okay, I'll help you with that. Just go click on Chrome again. You want to be her acquaintance? Okay. Would you want to be her acquaintance? Want to tell her your name? You can do it from over here. So did you figure out your password? Okay, awesome. So go ahead and start all over again on number 1. You'll go to plus.google.com. Type it right there, plus.google.com. Yep. Well, just the first time when you log in and see everything set up. When you get through, you should be able to post onto your account to your acquaintance, and they should be able to see it on their Google Plus page. If you need help, let me know. Okay, click on your Google Plus. And did you guys get acquaintance back and forth? Are you guys getting acquaintance with each other? You've already done that? Yep, it's already been done, or the screen wouldn't be here. What you need to do now is on the profile, you can do that. You've done that, looks like. Okay, now you got to add acquaintances. And in order to do that, you can click on the little person there where it says here, click on the acquaintances and notice the stream. So you click on acquaintances. You have to click on home, then profile, and your home link, where it says home. There you go. Yep. And click on more and acquaintances. Okay, here's where you have to add acquaintances. Over, right now I'm in there, but nobody else is, so you'll have to add her in there. Yep. And all you need to do is up here, search for their name right up here. See where it says search for people? If you can't find acquaintances, click on the more button in your Google profile and you'll be able to find it. How you doing?
I had to start an account here, so I don't know. I think I'm
Okay, keep going. You're fine.
Do I hit up right now?
Yep. And how are you doing? Did you get in front? Do what now?
This is her name.
Yes, and then click on her face.
But that's not her.
Okay, which one's her then?
None of them.
Have you signed in just recently? What's your name here?
Michelle.
Go and click on your name for me on the upper right corner of your screen. Okay. Okay, what's your email? Give her your email address. You can type it up in there.
It's M and my last name. Do I go this way?
Yep. At Gmail. And then search. Okay, click on that. You must have spelled it wrong. Click on that. Is that it right there? No. Go back up here. Click on your Google Plus for me, the icon. And then search for people and do it again. Yep. Okay, if this isn't working, is that it right there? Okay, you're right there. So you just had to refresh it. There you go. Now hover over, add to circles, and check mark acquaintances. Just click OK. Hover over, add to circles, check mark acquaintances. And you'll click on my name. When you guys click on your person's profile, you hover over where it says the red button logic there of the person, and you want to check mark acquaintances. Like it says here on number 5, you hover over the add to circles button and check add acquaintances. But you got to follow something first, like art and design or whatever it is you want to do. And you can go back and add more later. And if you want, you can use me as your acquaintance.
I think I did that.
Okay. So go ahead and follow one of those so you can go on to number 4. How you doing? Who's your acquaintance? Okay, good. All right. And have you sent a message to him already? Yep. Let me have everybody's attention real quick. When you send a message to folks, you want to make sure when you send a message to them, like on number 6 where it says create your first post, posts are public by default. So in order to send a private message, you type in your message, and at the bottom where it says select audience, you have to select acquaintances only. Acquaintances only. Just literally type in acquaintances and they'll pop up. You'll select it. and it'll only send it to those acquaintances in your circles, okay? So you don't have to type in the person's name, just acquaintances. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yep. Finish. Do what now?
Should I add this here?
Yeah. Well, you can actually just click finish right now, because I mentioned in your guys' handout, I don't recommend entering in personal information in your profile, like name, like address, city, state, where you work, education. I don't recommend that at all in Google Plus or in any social media platform. Okay, go ahead and. She just needs to select acquaintances.
Yeah, she did.
Did she select me in there?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you do is click back to your Google, go to profile, your profile, click on profile, and you'll type a message right there where it says share what's new, and just type in hello. You'll get rid of public and just type in acquaintances. How you doing over here? Oh, you're doing good. Awesome. Yeah. Now what you want to do is click on your face right here, the profile icon.
Before I'm done here?
Yeah, hit done. Click on the, there you go. And then click view profile. And then hover over Gloria icon. Click on the little picture icon there. And it should prompt you to accept a camera once you click on web camera. There you go. Now allow. You want to allow and close. If you're finished with this all the way down to number 8, if you could help others around you, that would be awesome. Once you're able to send a message back and forth to each other, you have to hit allow. There, you're going to take a picture of yourself real quick. Yeah, do a little, go to hairstylist and then come back. We're doing good on time. Do what now? No, that's them answering it. So go ahead and hit go okay now, got it, and I'll answer it for you. I haven't answered yours yet. That's just Google answering and saying I got it. Okay, so you did send me a message? Okay, so. Did you do Chuck Conkle or Charles Conkle on the person you, Chuck? Okay. I have, let's see, let's go to my home. And let me see what, you did. Go to your acquaintances for me.
Is that it?
No, you have to click on Google Plus.
Always up here?
Mm-hmm. Home. And then go to acquaintances. And hover on my name there. Okay, Chuck Conkle. Go ahead and click on my name. Click on my face there. Let's see what it is they're using here.
I have one friend and she's like...
Okay, go back for me. And type up here Charles Conkle instead of Chuck Conkle. If you're going to use me as an acquaintance, use Charles Conkle, please. Charles Conkle. Charles Conkle would be one that you can use. Konkol. All right, and you want that one right there, the first one. Okay, add to circles, hover, check mark acquaintances. Check mark acquaintances. That's all you got to do. And then that's it. That's all you got to do. Then go back now to your profile again. Click on it. And go down to your post. And this time, send another message and put acquaintances in the bottom instead of public.
Did she create a new circle?
No, she doesn't need to create a new circle. Just need to select acquaintances.
All right, she's got, yeah.
Okay, that's all you got to do.
All right.
Now,
Yeah, to continue.
yeah, you might not have gotten that one. then you're actually ready now to go to number 6. You're ready to create your post. You've already got an acquaintance. So you want to go ahead and click on your Google Plus up here to get back to the profile. Just click on the Google Plus icon that says Google Plus. And then right there is where you can start typing. Type in a message. You'll get rid of public because that's the default, and you'll just type in acquaintances instead of public. So you want to type in hello. Public is right there. Public.
That's family.
Or family, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You'll get rid of X on
So
family.
You, can X on the,
You don't want-
X-
Yeah, you don't want family, you want acquaintances.
If I want family, then
You would put family in, right. But for today's lab, we're doing acquaintances. Okay, did you get somebody in here? All right, you got me? All right, gotcha. And let me see here. Alexandro. All right, I'm going to send a message here. I'll be right there to help you. There. I'll come over there and help you in a second. I'm going to send some messages here first. Okay, I'm adding Robin. I'm adding Sherry. I'm adding Gloria. I'm adding Alejandro, is that right? Alejandro. Karen. Michelle. I'm getting them finally here. Barb. Kimber. Okay, looks like I got everybody in circles. Now, if you look in the overhead real quick, if somebody has added you as an acquaintance, but you've not done it in kind, you'll actually get a notification, if you look on the overhead, up here in the right corner of your Google Plus. Like I had everybody in here as a notification. If you added me as an acquaintance, then I had like a number 5 or 6 up here of people I had to go back and do the same to. And so just note that if, yeah, you've got 3 of them actually. Click on number 3. And you got Kimber, myself, and so highlight Kimber, click on Kimber, highlight. And in fact, if you go back one, you just have to hover over their face, hover over their icon. See right there, that little icon to the left of the X.
Just get rid of it.
No, just hover over it. No, hover over it.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I must have messed up.
No, you're fine. Then go ahead and click on that. Say hello. Go ahead and click say hello. That's fine. And click share. You're saying hello to all the acquaintances, and you're saying hello to myself. And you got them all now. That's fine. It's not going to hurt anything to have them in there twice. Okay, looks like we're doing good as far as getting all your acquaintances in. Make sure you have no red numbers on the upper right corner of your Google Plus. If you have any red numbers on the upper right corner, it'll be circle with white text and a red background. Hover over that circle with the number and go ahead and make sure and click on each person. You can even have the opportunity to reply. So you've got 2 here. See the 2?
Oh, yeah.
You click on that notification. You got Michelle and myself. And basically what you can do is just click on Michelle, and you can immediately add her right here as an acquaintance. Okay? You can do the same with me. Right there. You're already my acquaintance, looks like. And I can, it actually puts a message in there for you to say hello. And so it looks like you're good there, Michelle. How are we doing over here? Great. You guys are doing awesome. So one of the learning curves is basically just learning how to post and reply to messages, which is the very first exercise I have you do. You can actually create, though. No, we're not there yet. So you guys did awesome. Let's look at the bottom of page 4. Bottom of page 4, if you would, for me. And look on the overhead, and I want you to look on your screen as well. To get back to anything in Google+, the trick is right here. On the upper left corner where it says Google+, click on that icon. Click on that icon. It's going to take you back to not only your profile home, but any new messages that have come in since you came to it last. If you scroll down on your profile, like I got one from Sherry, Gloria, Alejandro, Karen, Robin. So a whole bunch of messages have come in. I can also go over here, if I click on Acquaintances, go ahead and do that with me. Click on Acquaintances. If you don't see Acquaintances show up, click on More and it'll show up there. Okay, on Acquaintances. All this is going to do is show the feed for acquaintances only, the stream for acquaintances, which is everybody in here so far. Okay, that's all it's going to do. And that's nice because you can actually limit who you're conversing with. It's confusing like in Facebook because you got so many people and you're like, oh man, I just want to have like 5 people that I know that I can talk to, right? That's where this helps. Also, somebody mentioned earlier, can I just do family? Sure. Family is just another checkbox for your for the person. So if I go over here right now, Gloria, I'm going to pretend you're my family. And so I'm going to come over here to Gloria. I'm going to say, okay, Gloria's not only my acquaintance, but she's my family as well. Okay? And all I do is check mark that. Now when I go to family, okay, I can actually see Gloria's in my circle. See that? She's in my circle now.
You can have circles within circles, or
Well, it's actually, they're all separate.
okay,
They're all separate.
but they're kind of like a Venn diagram.
Exactly, right. They're all separate within your circles. And the tip I put at the bottom is this. You can go to anybody's user profile, and I'll go to Gloria's again. I can go to her user profile and go over here and hover over it. And I'm not going to do it today because of time, but see where it says Create New Circle? I just click on Create New Circle. I have it here on your handout. If you flip the page to page 5, I have the little screenshot there on page 5 at the top, if you'll go there with me. You just click on Create New Circle button at the bottom, type in the name of the circle, like my friends or my buddies or whatever, my knitting group, my church group, and then you click Create, and you've actually created your own circle now. So you're not limited to just the family, friends, acquaintances. In Google+, you can create as many circles as you want. Make sense? And people, Jim can be in all of my circles if I want him to be. Or he can just be in one circle. How do you delete? Good question. So like Gloria's in mine right now and family. I can hover over this and uncheck. Gloria, you've been disowned. And you've not really done anything. Right? You've not even done anything yet. Okay, so that's as easy as that. Okay, let's do this. Yes. Yes, question. What was it now? Uh-huh. No, they cannot. Good question. If I uncheck Gloria as not being in my family anymore, she can't see anything in my family circle. That's a great question. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a 10-minute break. And you guys have done awesome, by the way. Let's take 10. The restrooms over here for women. Men here. Downstairs in the basement is pop and water. So stretch your legs, breathe a little bit, and then we'll come back and we'll finish up the rest of it. We'll actually start back at 10:10. At 10:10. We'll start back with Google Plus Photos, which we've already downloaded photos for you on your desktop. Jim helped me do that earlier. Great, awesome. You can if you don't want to, that's fine, but So you should have a folder on yours called Pick. Like that. And when you open it up, there's three photos in that. And basically you just click on them one by one and they'll show up over here on the third column, a little thumbnail of it. And those are just for us to do the little exercise. I want to make sure you have those pictures. Now to get back to Chrome, bottom right corner of your screen, to the left of the trash can icon should be the Google Plus Chrome browser. So if you look on the overhead, where my mouse is circling on the overhead, that's where yours should go. You'll click on the Google Plus. When you hover over to the icon, it should say Google Plus. Click on it once and your Chrome browser is going to come back. All right? Everybody got that? Now, if you go to your handout, we're going to pick up where we left off, and we are on the photo page, which is page number 5, right after the select create new circle above. So why use photos? Good question. Glad you asked. Photos in Google Plus can allow you to share with family, church, and corporate events photos. You can share photos publicly or privately. And I guess that's, again, the key to Google Plus. It's easily separated between public and private, whereas in other social medias, it's not so much. So your public is your public, which is the default. Like when you guys created the post earlier, the default at the bottom there was public. You had to get rid of it and add acquaintances. Same thing with pictures. The default is going to be public, and you'll have to change it to be acquaintances here in a second. So if you want to watch on the overhead, let me show you real quick how to do this, and I'm going to have you go ahead and do together steps 2 through 3. Or 2, it's actually steps 1 and 2 is all it is. And then we'll go over a tip and trick. So before I do that, though, if you look on the overhead, I'm going to quickly, somebody give me your favorite animal that you like. Favorite animal. What is it? Elephant. There we go. My grandson loves elephants. He's been on like 3 elephants. He's only 6 years old. He's went on 3 elephants in that short of a time. Okay, so I'm going to get some pictures of some elephants here, and I'm going to download these to my image or my pics folder. And I thought it'd be easier from here on out to kind of do the little tutorial first myself and have you guys watch, to have you relax and sit back and watch it, and then I'll have you do it together. And you will be sharing your photos and every other thing we're doing today with the group that you're in up to this point. So if you're sharing with somebody on the post earlier, keep sharing with that other person throughout the time today. That'd be great. And so I'm going to go ahead and do 2 on this one. We'll just do 2 pictures. So now I should have 2 pictures in that area, in that pics folder. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually get rid of acquaintances for right now. And I'm going to say here, look at this, and I'm going to click on Photos and Upload from my computer. And I'm going to select the first one. How do you spell your first name? I'm sorry. How do you spell your first name? Gloria. I'm sorry. There you go, right? So I just want to, now Gloria is one of my acquaintances, but I can also select her individually, right, to send this picture to. So I hit share. Now this is going to go directly to Gloria, and the way she's going to see it on her end is she's going to basically just click Google Plus again to refresh. What this does is refreshes your Google Hangout basically when you click Google Plus, and I'll come around to make sure she sees it by just clicking that Google Plus a couple times. It'll refresh it, and eventually that message should come into Gloria, and then she's going to reply back, Gloria. So go ahead and hit reply. There at the bottom, there's a reply button. And can you see it?
Right there?
Yeah.
No, right.
Yeah, right there. Actually, not share. You want to hit add a comment where it says add a comment. She's going to add a comment in just a second, a very powerful comment you'll see in just a second. It's coming from Gloria. And notice now, if I let this sit there long enough, it will come in. Okay, it will come in eventually. But I can actually speed it up again by just clicking on Google Plus. It'll refresh the page, and there's Gloria. It says, cool, perfect. So that's an example of sending an image just to Gloria. Now I'm going to do one to everybody. Okay? I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go just look. I'm going to click Photos, upload again from my computer. I'm going to select the second one this time. And for acquaintances, I'm going to leave it at that, which is 10 of you in here, my acquaintance. I'm going to go ahead now. It's uploading still, won't let me send it until it's fully uploaded. Now I'm going to go ahead and share it to everybody that's my acquaintances. Now I need everybody in here to click on your Google Plus icon on the upper left a couple times to refresh. Then I want everybody to make a comment on that post. At the bottom of the image, there's a box that says add a comment. Make a little comment real quick. It's at the bottom of the image of the elephant. Should be a little box in gray text that'll say add a comment. Go ahead and do that and hit the enter key on your keyboard. You'll need to hit finish. All right, click Google Plus. And you must not be in my circle. That's okay. Hover over, is it Karen? I'll go and add you real quick.
No, that's no.
Okay, what's your full name? Jodi. Okay, Jodi, I'm going to add you. I'm going to search up here for Jodi real quick. Jodie. Y. Okay. What was the last name again? E. Right there? All right. I'm going to add you to acquaintances.
I went to high school with Frank.
Really? I know real well.
Tell Jim Coleman,
Okay, so I'm going to do acquaintances again just to make sure you're in there. So you guys have got another photo. That's fine. You don't have to comment again if you already commented on the first one. So again, I'm waiting for the elephant to upload all together. I put in hello, and then once it's finished uploading, I can click share. Now before you do your lab, I'm going to show you real quick after I hit share. So you should now hit the Google Plus icon and see it. Let's see what kind of, we got Michelle, Robin. So a number of comments here. In fact, 7 comments have come up. Sherry, beautiful. Karen, nice. Kimber, love it. Alejandro, cool. Barb, elephants are cute. Michelle, cute elephant. And cool. All right? So, pretty easy, right? To share a picture. Now, that's just sharing an image, but, you know, a lot of times when we're in events, we want to do it differently. We want to maybe just create an album of pictures. But before we do that, I'm going to have you guys go ahead and do the hands-on number 2 all the way through C of number 2, basically. It's actually E of number 2. You're going to go ahead and add a picture, but this time you're going to do a little different than what I did on the overhead on sending a message. Okay, a little bit different. Just follow the steps. You'll see it's a little different. You'll have to click on Google Plus, then Photos, and just follow the step-by-step on the handout. You'll see a little difference in this one. And why we're going to do it, I'll show you why in just a second. Did she not get the message? All she has to do is say Google Plus. Just get the Google Plus over here, because I already sent it.
Yeah, I know, but I looked.
Click on More and Acquaintances. And does she have a little 1 up here? Because I just recently added. So yeah, you have to click on that and add me as an acquaintance. There you go. Then go back and click on Google Plus. There's the elephant. So just because I added you as an acquaintance and sent you something doesn't mean you're going to see it until you accept me as an acquaintance. You agree with that? So follow the steps on the handout, if you would, on the photo. It's a little different than what I just did, but we'll talk about the purpose of this, adding photos this way. And I have little screenshots with the icons you're supposed to click on and everything, but if you do need help, we will help you.
Click on the red
What step are you on? Okay, did you do Google Photos first?
photos here.
Uh,
See, right?
Google Photos,
And then all the way down. And click icon in red. So that's what I did.
No,
No?
you don't need any of that.
Okay.
It's over here. See that icon
I'm
there?
sorry.
It's that icon right there.
Oh,
Yeah, tag people, share, and then that icon there is what you need to click on. Yep. Red. No, it's not red. Does it say red? It's a right side. Highlighted in red. Oh, yeah, that being a red. That's all right. And when you guys upload your photos, go ahead and upload all of the photos that are in that pic folder on your desktop. The one that I had to put on your desktop folder on your Mac. If you need help uploading, let me know, or following the directions, let me know, or Jim know. We'll help you. You're basically just uploading these photos into an album called My Photo. Or My Album, I'm sorry. You guys are over here? Did you get them uploaded? Oh, okay, sure. Put some up here. That's fine. So I'm just going to walk around. I should see 3 photos in the album you just added called My Album, or My Photos, I'm sorry. My Photos is the name of the album. That's fine. No, that's fine, as long as you create the album correctly. You can do more. You can go back later. Doing okay on the photos? Okay. No. Go back to where you were. The home button and then photos. I think you skipped a step. Home button, photos, and click the drop down over here. And go ahead and add photos. Go ahead and add the 3 photos or 2 photos you didn't add yet. Just hit X on that. You can X out of that. Click to open file browser. Okay. And go to your desktop on the left side. Double click pics. And let's just highlight all these pictures. Just highlight them with your mouse. Just click here and drag and highlight all of them. Nope. Click here. Click and hold and drag and highlight all of them. Go up. Yep. Just start here. Click and hold and drag over. Perfect. Now click open. So after you've done that, you clicked open, right? Then it says here to select add to album. Do you see that button anywhere in there? Add to album. There you go. Click add. Then you type in my photos. Actually, it's going to be on this one. You're going to do my photos. In fact, you don't want to share this one. Just hit skip on this one. And go to all photos. Let's highlight all those. Oh, let's go back one. There you go. And then say more. No, for some reason yours isn't liking it. Let me see your mouse if you don't mind. Actually, albums is what it looks like. This one's called profiles for whatever reason. And let's do it this way. Back to photos. I'm just going to add 1 photo. I know you've already added these, but and then right there, rename that. Type in my photos. And then click add on the bottom left. And that should add a new album called My Photos. Then hit skip on this one. You don't need to send it to anybody. Now you should be able to go up and see the new album. Yeah. Got more albums. You should see the album now. You might have to hit refresh again. Yeah, that's what hers did too. Just hit up here where it says albums and hit the enter key on your keyboard. Let me see here real quick. My photos there. For some reason, you're just going to skip that step and then click copy. There we go. And we're just going to exit out of this. We're not going to do anything to the photo right now. And then go back up to more photo album, more albums. It isn't liking albums today. There it is. Finally showed up. Okay. Anybody else need help on your albums? Creating your photo album? Okay. Well, let's look up on the overhead real quick. Because there's a tip and trick I want to show you. If you'll flip over to page number 6, and we are running close on time, I apologize, but if we could go to page number 6, I wanted to show you a cool tip and trick. Because with practice, you will learn how to be better at creating your albums. Okay, now let me just show you a real quick tip. The tip I'm going to show you is on editing a photo. But before I do that, though, I want to make sure and video this. I'm going to show you how to real quickly create an album. And I'm videotaping this, so if you just want to watch it, that'd be great. So I'm going to go to my one photo I have in mind right now. Exactly. Let's go to a photo here I have. Boom. I'm just going to bring up Jaden. Here's my grandson. He's 6 years old today, or birthday party. So say I want to add Jaden into a new album, right? I just go to more, add album, and I'm going to name it J turning 6, and then click copy at the bottom. And what's going to happen is it's going to take a second to show up. I might have to refresh the page a couple times, refresh the album a few times to see it. And I believe it's right here, J Turning 6, one photo. So now I have an album called J Turning 6, and I can add in other photos by either uploading them, going to other photos, other albums, or Google Drive. So I wanted to show you that. And again, it's going to take practice to do it. And the reason it's nice to do it this way is you'll notice at the end of adding a photo, it asks you, and I've told you on the handout, to skip it, to share it. If you skip it, nobody knows about what you just did. You're just wanting to upload some photos. In Facebook, every time you add a photo, everybody knows about it, right? And I don't like that. With Google+, when you add a photo, you can just skip it after it prompts you to share, and nobody notices it until you want to share it yourself later, okay? So now I'm going to show you the tip and trick, which is editing. I'm going to click on Jaden's photo here, and I'm going to go up here to the top and click Edit. And you can just watch me on this because it's a tip and trick. We don't do this hands-on. When I click Edit, what's cool is on the right side, it gives me a whole bunch of options for creative adjustments. I can do vintage look. I can do different types of effects on it. I can control brightness, saturation, style strength, vignette. I can even add a blur to the image. But they got tons of cool, if you want to just tune your image, like maybe sometimes you just want to brighten it up some, right? Which in a lot of images you want to do that. You can just do here and brighten up the image, brighten up contrast. If I want to make a grayscale, I can take saturation all the way down to the left, and now it's a nice grayscale image. Okay? So that's by just clicking on the image and clicking the edit button in Google+. Clicking on the image, click edit, done. Pretty nice. Okay, next number 7. We're flying along here. Communities, let's go to there real quick. I need everybody to reset by clicking on your Google+ icon in the upper left corner. Click on your Google+ icon. So why do we use communities? Again, I'm glad you asked that question. Creating a community for your group, family reunion. How many has family reunions? Like once every year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever. This would be a great opportunity to create a community. Or if you work for a nonprofit, create a community for your nonprofit. So in order to create a community, you can create it be either public or private. Well, the whole idea about community in my mind, for the most part, is to be a private entity for folks within my group to meet, right? So technically, I'd probably want it private, but you can make it public for anybody. Like I've created a public community for Transform Rockford for Google Plus training. And part of that Google Plus training is kind of branched out from what we're doing today. But really quick, I'm going to show you on the overhead. I'm going to fly through how to create a community. Then I'm going to have you do it, which is number 2, A through E. Okay, and this one, though, you're going to just use Acquaintances, which is everybody in your group, to do it. So if you just want to watch me first, and then I'm going to have you do it on your own on 2, A through E. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Home first, go down to Communities, and as you can imagine, I already have some communities in here. One of them being the one we're in today, which is Google Plus Training, but I'm going to create a new community. And notice I have an option to do public or private. I'm going to click on private, and I believe I told you on your handout, and you don't need to do it right now because you're watching, I'm going to do last name and then family. So I'm going to do Conkle space family. If your last name is Smith, you'll do Smith space family. And then I'm going to leave it no. Don't want to hide it from searches. It's already that by default, and just click Create Community. And it's going to render, and then here in a second, it's going to ask me, do I want to add a comment to the form? So I'm going to hit Done, and I don't want to add a comment right now. I just want to say Cancel, like I have there in the bottom of letter A on your handout. Now I'm going to invite some people. I click Invite People, add a comment, like Please Join, and do Acquaintances. So I'm going to invite people, and I'm going to do Please Join. I'm going to go down here and add in Acquaintances and hit Send. Now what I'd like everybody to do is, this is your job now on the number C to accept the invitation. What do you need to do to refresh Google Plus? Do you remember? Click on the Google Plus icon, right? So if everybody could click on the Google Plus icon, you should see on the upper right corner of your screen now, or actually in the center of your screen, both, an invite to this community. If you don't see it on the center, you're looking at the bottom, on the upper right, where the notifications are, and you should probably see it there. Okay, but you might have to click Google Plus a couple times to see it. So once you click on it, you'll need to click on Google Plus. You might have to do it a couple times. See Community Invitation, Conkle Family. Go ahead and hit View, and then join it. View, and then join it. And now you're in. Once you hit View and join it, you are now in the Conkle community. And it's a private community that I can share text, I can share images with my community now. So now that everybody's in my community, let me just show you on the overhead. I'm going to go to Home Community, and it should now have, I'm going to go to my Conkle family. I have 6 members now. Now is when I want to send a message to everybody. And if you look on the overhead, you'll notice it says Conkle family only. Why won't it allow me to add others in here, you think? Because I made it private. I made it private, so it says Conkle family only. So when I hit share, it's now only going to go to those in the private community, which is the 7 members I have now in the group. To see this, you guys can go ahead and click on the home icon up here and then go to communities. So click on home and then click on communities. You should then see the communities that you are a part of, and one of them should be mine, Conkle Family. Does everybody see that? Click on Conkle Family, and you should then see the message I just sent, which was hello, But you can also send messages. You can add pictures. You can add events. You can add polls. You can add links. You can add photos. Pretty cool, right? So this is great for church group, private non-for-profits, public non-for-profits. The list goes on and on. So I want you to go ahead and do the same thing I just did. Number 2, A through C. Everybody's going to do 2A through C. So yes, you're going to create a community, and you're going to accept everybody's invitation to their community in the next couple minutes. So go ahead and do that.
That's nice. That's totally private.
Totally private. So I got one from Kimber. Do what?
One member?
Um,
Check it out. Where's this?
well, go ahead and click on it. That means only one member is accepted so far. Yeah, it takes a few moments for people to accept it. So, no, as long as you put in acquaintances, it should have went to everybody. It should be private, right? So as soon as you create your community, jump on over and accept all your invitations. It's easier just to click on the Google Plus, or you can click on Home Communities and keep refreshing communities, and it will allow you to accept it that way. You'll be able to get more that way. Excuse me?
What does this mean, please?
That just means that you've been added. Kimber added you back. So let me see here real quick. Go over here to invite people. Click right there. Yep. Go ahead and put in there hello, and then I want you to put in on the to field acquaintances and click send again. Type in acquaintances or just click on acquaintances and click send. Go ahead and hit send. Looks like you guys are adding quickly. That's great. You're doing good. You're adding your acquaintance or adding your community. Make sure when you invite the people to the community, you're putting in only acquaintances. Hey, Blake, how you doing? Good, good. Thanks for coming in. This is Blake from Transform Rockford, by the way. He's taking photos, so say hi to Blake. All right. How many's still creating your community? Raise your hand if you're still creating your community. Okay. Because we got events still yet to do. Pages we're not going to do today, it looks like, but we'll cover events and talk about pages and how it works. But I'd like to do, I'd like to do Hangouts. Events and Hangouts, those two I'd like to get done. Because it's 10:38, so we can do it though. Okay, Karen, I just got yours. Oh yeah, you guys are flying in here now. As soon as you create your community and invite everybody, please go and start accepting your invites by clicking on communities in Google+. Just accept everybody's invite. You don't need to post any messages for time's sake, but definitely for the next minute or two, accept everybody's invite. If we don't get accepted on all the invites before a minute comes up, we'll just go on to the next thing, which is event and Hangouts. Events goes really quick. Hangouts, I definitely want you to do that. That's a lot of fun. Awesome. Excuse me? They have to be your acquaintance before you can invite them. Yes, you do. Okay, let's do this real quick. I know some of you are still working on accepting your acquaintances, but how many? Raise your hand if you're finished creating your community. You've created your community. That's the most important part. Okay, we need to go ahead and switch now to Google tip and trick for community. And the one I have in here is creating a poll. One of the cool things about community, I think, is you can create a poll, like, say, to determine when a good date is for an upcoming family event or an upcoming meeting for your business. To do it, and again, we're not going to do it together because it's a tip and trick, but do it. I put the screenshots in there. You click poll on the message icon, ask an option for upcoming dates, and then post it to your community. So if you look on the overhead real quick, I'm going to go on the Conkle family, and I'm going to just say, what's a good time? And I'm going to select poll. And I'm actually going to put in here Monday at noon, or let's say Tuesday at noon. And then just share it. And people get a nice little option here to vote on Monday or Tuesday. Pretty nice, right? That's a nice little tip and trick for community. Now let's flip the page. Google Events. Google Events are very easy to do, so I'm not going to show you how to do it first. I'm just going to have you create one. Go ahead and create your Google event, which is basically can be a personal event or a public community event. So in order to do that, follow the steps at number 2, where you go to select Home, then Events. Home, then Events, then create the event and invite the entire Acquaintances group. In fact, let's do this. On B, I have you just invite a classmate. So let's invite just one person instead of acquaintances this time. And then that person needs to know you've invited them by just, looking at them and saying, oh yeah, I invited you. And then that person needs to accept it. So again, Google Plus, events. I'm going to create a public or a private event to an individual person. Event title is just Google Training. And today's date should already be in there. And I'm just having to modify the start and end time from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And you will have to click on the little link that says end time for end time to show up. Otherwise, it will not show up. End time will not show up by default, just the start time. You'll see it what I'm talking about when you get there. What's your first name? I'm sorry? Jodi. G-Y. There we go. I'm going to do you, Jodi. I'm going to invite Jodi to my event. And so if you could look at the person you're inviting, that way they can accept the event. And again, to accept the event, the easiest thing to do is just hit the Google Plus symbol, and eventually it'll come in. In fact, I have 2 events here coming up that people have invited me to. You have to click on the link to the Google event and accept it. Okay, so pretty simple, right? On creating an event. Once you create an event, if you'll click on the Google Plus icon, you'll see the invite from that person that you sent that was sending that event. It should show up on your Google Plus page, and you'll just have to go over to the right side and say, yes, I will go. Click the drop down and select yes. The only tip I have on that one is make sure when you create an event that you're very, you can go back in and edit the event post-creation. Meaning if you put the wrong date in there, the wrong time, you can change that and it will prompt the users of that. Okay? Now let's go to the fun one. We're going to end on this one, by the way, Google Hangouts. Google Pages, we're not going to have time to cover, but I have the instructions in there and also more links on your resource link. So, is everybody ready for Google Hangout? Say, yes, I'm excited. Okay, so you're going to use the partner you've been using to do Google Hangout. So look at the person you're going to do it with. And I'm going to actually practice mine with Jodi. I'm going to pick on her. I've been picking on her, so I'll pick on her some more if you don't mind, Jodi. I'm going to actually practice with Jodi on the Google Hangout. And so if you'll flip to that page real quick on Google Hangout, which is on page 9, I believe, the last page on Google Hangouts. Pretty easy. You use it for impromptu video calls, family, friends, associates, and you need at least 2 people to do it. So you determine who's going to initiate it. So look at the person to go, I'm calling you, or that person's going to go, I'm calling you. You know, you figure out who's going to initiate it. So I'm going to do Jodi first, and then, or Jodi first, and then we're going to show you how to do it together here. So I'm going to click on Hangouts, and then Video Hangouts, and I'm going to hit this green button. If you look on the overhead, green button I'm clicking on, it says Start a Video Hangout. And if you just want to watch me and her do it first, then you guys can do it. You will have to allow this to happen. Up in the upper right corner, you'll have to allow your Mac to let this webcam turn on. And here I'm going to invite only one person. Jodi, right? All right. Is it E? Is that right? Yeah, there is. Okay. And I'm just click invite. And she'll get an invitation now from me in just a second. On her Mac will come up a little prompt here in a second on the right side somewhere probably that I'm calling her. You might have to hit the Google Plus icon to speed up. Yeah, click on it again there. Make sure I got the right person, Jodi. Let me do it again. Oh, it said, yeah, I gave it prompt here on the left. Okay. Go ahead and go to Home, Google Hangouts for me. Home, Hangouts, and then click on Video Hangouts, and let's click Start. I don't know why yours isn't prompting right now, but okay, go ahead and hit Cancel. All right, and let's hit End. Yep. And click back to your Google Plus again for me. And let's expand your image should be coming in. Okay, let me see your mouse real quick. There it is. Okay, so Jodi's connecting now to me, which I'm not in front of my Mac. And so you guys can go ahead and do the same now once she's connected. Looks like Jodi isn't available. Pooped out on me. So let's try it again. You have to hit join, yep. I'll do it again and just hit join whenever it comes in. There you go. Hey. Hello? Now I can switch back. I can actually make, now you should see my name correct, but on mine I see it wrong, right? Okay. So I can switch back and forth. I can also, if I don't want people to see my face, Jodi can do this too, you can mute. You can click on your face once and get rid of it. I can mute it.
Oh, yeah.
or I can present to everybody. Up here on the top, right here where the camera icon is, turn the camera off and I won't see your face. I'll just see your icon. Right up here. If you guys click on this turn camera on or off icon, you'll just see the person will see your icon of your profile, not your face. You see what I'm talking about? On the upper corner, upper part of Google Hangout. Right there. There you go. Sure, definitely. Who needs help?
I have a, are we all going to?
Yeah.
I have a neighborhood meeting.
No, yeah, you're fine. You're good.
Great, thank you.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming. All right.
It's still installing.
Okay, are you in Google Chrome? Okay, you are. Okay, go and type in Google for me. And hit on. How many's accepted your call? Looks like I got a few of them going in here. 2 or 3 of you. See ya. Okay, let's go ahead and go to Hangout. Okay, go ahead and let's see. I'm going to click on this. Sherry, were you the one trying to connect? Video Hangout. Start. And who was it? Who was it that you were trying to connect to?
Sherry.
I just need to update something. Looks like. Select this one here. Okay, type in $CVR $CVR Nope, the dollar, just a dollar symbol. The dollar symbol, CVR dollar symbol. Dollar symbol. That's it. She had to install a plugin on her machine, so. Okay, successful, good. Now we should be good to business. And then invite her this time. That way you'll initiate it. Oh, looks like she already sent one to you. You're joining it. Okay, she's joining now. Somebody's. Who's was that? Sherry? No, you're fine. You're good. Just go ahead and hit cancel. You're good. Then go ahead and hit cancel on that. Stop that. Yeah, leave it.
Leave it.
Leave it. Okay. Okay, now just stay there. Okay, you're gonna have to initiate it again. And type in Sherry. Okay, she's getting ready to type your name in here, Sherry, and select you and hit invite. There we go. Invitation sent. You'll get a pop-up, Sherry. Click on the pop-up. Yeah, click on it. Yep. And you'll see her face, and she'll see your face in a second. You guys successful?
Yes.
Successful here? Successful back here? What's happening? Click Video Hangout. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do it. No, that's fine. Click Install and Plug in. It'll take just a second. I can do it with you. Here, I'll do it for you. You will need to install a password, which is $CVR when it comes up. Did you have to install too? So the password $CVR when it comes up. I want to make sure you guys be able to do it. It's a lot of fun. I know you've probably done it before, so. Okay, $CVR. So what do you guys think of Google Hangout? Pretty cool, right? And you can do this on any computer, laptop, desktop, tablet, or even phone. I can initiate it with my iPhone. You can download a Google Plus app to the iPhone. That concludes the session. Once we're done with that, appreciate your time. All right, we'll see you.
I'm surprised they didn't catch on like Facebook because like it has a lot
Yeah,
of
there you go.
properties.
Cool. And she's getting hers now ready. So once she gets hers connected, $CVR $. Okay, I'm going to connect with somebody with my Google Plus iPhone. So have you got connected anybody yet? All right, I'm going to do you. Okay, what's your full name or first name? Karen. And what's your last name? Karen R. U. Helps to spell it right. I put Keaton. RUFF. What was the rest of it? Do you have an icon on yours? Yeah, I'm gonna do it on my phone, on my overhead here too. Okay. Do I now? Yes, you can do the very same thing we did. Yep, here at home for sure. If you have any other questions, come and see me. You guys have been a great class though. Keep playing with it. We got a few minutes, so you're good. You're good to go. Okay, Kieran, I'm gonna join you here. All right, Karen. Opening the Hangout toolbox for Karen. Karen! Hi! No. Okay. Oh, by the way, before you leave, if we do have some handouts up here at the front, if you would mind, Jim was gracious to bring these down. This has to do with all the programs we offer here on campus, or a lot of them. If you could come up and grab some handouts if you want of the different programs, that would be awesome. And Jim, thanks for helping today. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Well, thanks for coming today, guys. Hope you learned some stuff on Google Hangout and have fun with it. I do recommend post-session to at least do Google Hangouts, which I think you've enjoyed, it seems like. And then secondly, photos. Sharing photos with your family and friends would be a definite recommendation. All right? Thanks for coming today. Appreciate it. Yep, you're welcome. And you can just shut everything down on your Mac whenever you're ready to go. There's no hurry, though. You're good. You can keep playing if you want to.
I got the pictures uploaded to Google Drive for you. Whenever you want to check those.
See you later. Hanging up. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That will help a lot.